Hello, my name is Penny the Professor. Abiotic factors contribute to the environment in many ways. An abiotic factor is a non-living chemical or physical part of the environment that could possibly affect the organisms that live within the ecosystem. We're going to focus on the relationship that temperature and moisture have as abiotic factors. These two factors go hand in hand as they control one another. When the temperature changes, the amount of moisture in the air changes. For example, dew appears on grass in the morning because the moisture in the air cools and forms water droplets.
Mr. Moisture here. I'm here to explain the abiotic factor known as, you guessed it, moisture. Moisture includes rainfalls and bodies of water such as lakes and rivers. Hey, we have one of those right on campus. Moisture level determines the range of plants and animals because some like it dry and some need it wet. Around here, we get about 38 inches of rainfall a year. The state we live in has rivers, lakes, grasslands, and wetlands, which allows some endangered species to thrive. One of those species is the eastern Massasauga rattlesnake. That's scary. Unfortunately, though, if these water sources become polluted, it can greatly affect the distribution of an organism. This happened with the hellbender salamander, which originally used to be found in most rivers in Indiana, but is now only found in one river. You can really see why moisture is important to a species distribution.
Hello, my name is Sasha the Sun, and I'm here to talk to you about temperature. Temperature helps to control the distribution of vegetation across all different areas around the world. Temperature also determines which animals live on Earth, and the time of year can also determine an animal can stay in one place over the duration of its life, or if it has to migrate during different times of the year, because the temperature may go down too far to sustain species during different seasons, such as the temperate deciduous forest, which has a range of -30 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. Sunlight is a big factor in determining temperature because depending on the time of year, the tilt of the Earth's axis gives different seasons, which leads to different biomes. The largest diversity of plants and animals are along the equator, since that is where there is the highest average temperature. Indiana is a temperate deciduous forest, and the average temperature is about 10.19 degrees Celsius, which is a great place for red maples, oaks, eastern red cedar trees to grow, as well as plants like dogwood, elderberry, switchgrass, because these plants can survive temperatures within the range of 0 to 50 degrees Celsius.
Hi, I'm Petey the plant, and abiotic factors affect my everyday life. Warm and wet climates usually have more plants, like me, because they offer certain conditions in which photosynthesis, plant growth, and resulting productivity are the highest. I love those places, don't you? In warm and wet places, my photosynthesis can create me energy at really fast rates. My stomata on my leaves, which help me with gas exchange, can stay open without the risk of me drying out through transpiration. That's neato, right? How do these abiotic factors affect you, Mr. Frog?
Hello, my name is Frank the Frog. The abiotic factors of temperature and moisture affect my life in a big way. Since I'm a frog, I'm an ectoderm, which means that I rely on external sources for body heat. I'm also a cold-blooded animal, which means that I can fluctuate my body temperature in different seasonal conditions. I can control my body temperature by changing color to determine how much solar radiation I receive. I can also absorb and evaporate water through my skin to regulate my body temperature. Temperature can affect my rate of growth, digestion, other bodily processes, and the properties of my mating call, such as pitch and duration, determining my successful reproduction. The abiotic factor of moisture is also a big factor in my life. Since I'm an amphibian, I like to live in cool, moist climates. One of my big main focuses in life is retaining an adequate amount of water. A moist climate is necessary for my vitality and aids in my locomotion. I have to have moisture to reproduce because my eggs cannot survive desiccation. Well, that's all for now. See you on the other side of the forest.
So let us review what we have learned today. We had discovered that abiotic factors are non-living chemical or physical factors in the environment. One of the biggest dynamics of abiotic factors is temperature and moisture. Again, temperature and moisture both help to control the distribution of vegetation and also where animals live on Earth. So ultimately, not only do they affect us as human beings, they are also a big influence for each individual too, such as where they live and how they survive. So without these complex components of our life systems, it would be almost impossible for anything to live or grow on our beautiful blue planet.